Welcome to the class, students. Today we will do chemical properties of chlorobenzene. Chemical properties of chlorobenzene. You know the formula of chlorobenzene? So it undergoes two sets of reaction. One is because of this chloro group, that is when this bond will break and some other group will come and replace chloro group. This is a nucleophile. This nucleophile will be replaced by another stronger nucleophile, and so the reaction will be nucleophilic substitution reaction. This reaction is shown by methyl halide or alkyl halide, and in this case this reaction, nucleophilic substitution reaction, is much faster than the reaction, this kind of reaction in chlorobenzene. So this is less reactive towards nucleophilic substitution in comparison to the alkyl halide, and that we will prove later on. So this is one set of the reaction because of this chloro group, like in alkyl halide, but reactivity is less in this case. Another set of reaction is because of benzene ring. Every corner is having a carbon and one hydrogen atom is linked to it, and this hydrogen, one of the hydrogen will be substituted, and then the reaction will be electrophilic substitution reaction, which is kind Se2 kind. This we have done in class 11. Benzene undergo Se2 reaction, bimolecular electrophilic substitution reaction. So first we will discuss the reactivity of chlorobenzene. Why this is carbon halogen bond. This carbon halogen bond we have in chlorobenzene. We have in chlorobenzene this carbon halogen bond, and if we take methyl chloride, we have carbon halogen bond in alkyl halide. So here this is more reactive than this, and that is based on three points, that is three factors you can see. First, why chlorobenzene is less reactive than alkyl halide. So the first point is resonance stabilization. Chlorobenzene undergoes resonance stabilization because of the benzene ring. So alkyl halide, which doesn't have benzene ring, doesn't undergo resonance stabilization. So that's why the molecule is not so stable of alkyl halide due to the absence of resonance stabilization. Therefore, alkyl halides are more reactive than chlorobenzene or chloroarene or haloarenes. So we'll see the resonance structure. We'll draw, and you should know to draw. This also you have done in class 11. Chlorobenzene, that is here, which has three lone pairs. It is electronegative. So this bond, one of these three bonds will break. I'll take the closest bond to this to show. So when this bond will break, then a pair of electron will be free that pair of electron either can come to this side or may go to this side. It will not come to this side because this carbon is attached to chlorine. And this chlorine is electronegative, having already 3 lone pairs. So repulsion will be caused. Therefore, this pair of electron will not be transferred on this carbon. Instead, it will be transferred to this carbon. So, what we will have? We will have another structure formed. This chlorine will be there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is broken. So this electron pair will be here. The negative charge. Here will be the bond as it is. Here it is. When this is transferred here, here develop a negative charge. On this carbon will develop a positive charge. Because of that positive charge, one of the lone pairs will be moving. That is called delocalized. From here it will be delocalized to the carbon, which is having positive charge, means having low electron density. And so here there will be no 3 pairs of lone electrons. Instead there will be 2 lone pairs, and here will develop a double bond. And this electron pair which has come down here, as I told, there was a positive charge. So this positive charge is compensated by this pair of electron, and since this pair of electron is delocalized here, so here will develop a positive charge. Now this will further undergo resonance. It will be delocalizing this side, not that side, because of this pair. When this will be delocalized here, there will be what? Lone pair of electron, negative charge. Here will be a positive charge. Because of that positive charge, this lone pair will be delocalized. And so we will have this structure formed. This will remain as it is, chlorine with 2 lone pairs, 1 positive charge. This will turn a double bond. This bond is broken, lone pair, negative charge. And this will remain as it is. Now, again this can be delocalized further. Is my delocalized there, and so this will be here, and we will have a structure like this. Double bond Cl, still 2 lone pair of positive charge. Here is a bond, there will become a bond, and this is broken, no bond, and so here will be a negative charge. Now once more we will have delocalization, that is, this is here and this will be traveling back because this will be pushing electrons, so delocalization. And another resonating structure we will get, that is, here the bond, here the bond. This will turn into a double bond single chlorine and 3 lone pair. You can see here the double bond, now here. So these are the 5 resonating structures. Resonating structures are also called canonical structures, marked with Roman number capital in the big parenthesis. So 5 resonating structures are there. If you see these 5 structures, then you will find that out of 5 resonating structures, what is the resonance structure means? That is, the position of the double bond is not fixed. Okay, here you can see a single bond, here double bond, here double bond, here double bond, positive charge on chlorine, and here the single bond. So, most of the time, chlorine and carbon bond will be a double bond. Out of 5 structures, 3 structures show the carbon-chlorine bond is a double bond, and in 2 structures we see that carbon-chlorine bond is a single bond. So this bond is having a dual character. This is having a dual character, carbon-chlorine bond. in chlorobenzene, whereas in alkyl halide, that is your CH3X, this benzene ring is not there, so this bond is only having single bond characteristic. So here it has a double bond characteristic also most of the time, and so what will happen, you know that double bond is not that long as your single bond is. So bond length is decreased. Once the bond length is decreased, then is the strength is increased. When the strength is increased, then is the stability is increased. So that's why this carbon-chlorine bond in chlorobenzene, because of this resonance structure, it is more stable than the bond carbon-halogen in alkyl halide. And since it is more strong and it is more stable, therefore this bond will not break easily in chlorobenzene as easily it breaks in alkyl halide. Therefore, chlorobenzene does not undergo nucleophilic substitution reaction that easily, that fast as in the case of alkyl halide. So this is one reason. The second reason why chlorobenzene or haloarenes are not so reactive towards nucleophilic substitution reaction. The second is this carbon halogen bond in chlorobenzene. If you see, this is carbon chlorine bond. So this carbon of this carbon chlorine bond, this is in sp2. The carbon is having a double bond. So when a carbon has a double bond, you have to study it is in sp2 hybridized state. So in chlorobenzene, carbon of the carbon halogen bond, not every I am talking about, only we are emphasizing on this. Carbon in carbon halogen, this is your in sp2 hybridized state. So because of this sp2 hybridized state, or then you see that here, if I talk about methyl chloride. So here we have carbon halogen. If it is X you take, then carbon halogen bond, they are all single. So this carbon is in sp3 hybridized state. So in chlorobenzene, carbon of carbon halogen bond is in sp2 hybridized state, and in alkyl halide, that is carbon of carbon halogen bond is in sp3. So when it is in sp2, then this carbon is more electronegative than this carbon in alkyl halide, which is in sp3 hybridized state. So this is more electronegative, means it is having electron pulling power more. So this pair of electron will be pulled by this and this will be pulled by this, and so this bond length will decrease. Because of more electronegative nature of carbon halogen bond due to sp2 hybridization in chlorobenzene, this bond length is reduced. Whereas here in this case, carbon in sp3 hybridized state is not so electronegative, therefore this bond is not that strong like this, and so this bond length is not that short as in this case. Shorter the bond length, more stronger the bond. So this bond becomes stronger, and therefore it is excess halogen is not easily replaced, and that's why it does not go a nucleophilic substitution reaction so easily, so quickly, like as we see in alkyl halide. So why this is more electronegative in this case? Because S character, S orbital character is more in this case if you calculate the percentage. And here if you see, we have altogether 3 orbital and S character is 1/3. And here S character is 1/4. So here S character is more, and so this carbon is more electronegative. So because of high electronegativity of carbon halogen bond in chlorobenzene, the reactivity of chlorobenzene is reduced in comparison to the alkyl halide, in which carbon halogen bond is not so much electronegative due to its sp3 hybridized state. Now the third point is polarity. And this is chlorobenzene, and this is your methyl chloride. In this case, carbon halogen bond, and in this also we'll compare. Here this group is having minus I effect and this group is also having minus I effect. So this is pulling this side, that is pulling that side. So carbon halogen bond is not so much polar. As you see in this case, what it will be? This is having minus I effect, this is having plus I. So this electron is being pulled by this shared pair, and is pushed by this. So electrons are accumulated, not transferred, it is being pushed, getting collected, accumulated. So here electron density will be higher, much more than the electron density on this. Whereas in this case, you will not see that this shared pair of electron will be pulled by that, pulled by this, so it will be not gathered to one of the sides. So polarity will not be that strong as in case of alkyl halide. And therefore what will happen? That this bond will be strong. So when this bond is strong, not so much polar like that, so it will not undergo nucleophilic substitution reaction that easily. So these are the 3 points on which you can compare the reactivity of alkyl halide and chlorobenzene towards nucleophilic substitution reaction. First point is chlorobenzene is resonance stabilized. Second is on the basis of hybridization. And third is on the basis of polarity. So now the examples of the reaction. So first substitution reaction which you have to do, that is reaction with alkali, sodium hydroxide. So chlorobenzene combines with sodium hydroxide aqueous 2 moles and gives under drastic conditions 623 Kelvin temperature, 300 atmosphere pressure. Then we obtain sodium phenoxide. One NaCl is out, one H2O is out, and we get sodium phenoxide. Here you may think that NaCl is out and this OH will replace chloro group, but actually when H is replaced here and when this is alkaline group comes in the contact of sodium, this proton can easily react with this and we get sodium phenoxide. So when this sodium phenoxide is treated with dilute HCl, then NaCl is out and we obtain phenol. So conversion of chlorobenzene to phenol is an example of nucleophilic substitution reaction. The mechanism of this reaction is also in the course. So I give you this mechanism, but this mechanism is not given in your book, but is mentioned in the syllabus. So stepwise we'll go. So mechanism. Chlorobenzene Cl. I have this so that easily I can show you the bonds and the lone pair. chlorobenzene, chloro group has 3 lone pairs. I have to show the substitution. So here I will put 1 H. Now, in the presence of OH ion, if you look back the reaction, sodium hydroxide aqueous. Sodium hydroxide is a strong electrolyte. So it will not exist as a molecule of sodium hydroxide. Instead, we will have OH ion. So in the presence of OH ion, this H will be trapped, will be pulled by this. So this pair of electron will be transferred here, and this hydrogen will be out as a proton. So this proton is released, and what we will have? We will have this structure. This lone pair and a negative charge, and here is Cl. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, this compound, because of this here, this OH ion, which is we have, this will be transferred here, this lone pair, and when lone pair is transferred here, then what is there? That the electron crowding will be there, and so this chloro group, which is electronegative, will pull 1 electron and will be out as Cl chloride and 3 lone pairs of its own. 1 lone pair from here it will trap, that is from the carbon chlorine bond, and 1 chloride ion will be out. And when chloride ion is out, then we will left over with this part. This is gone, this bond is there, this is there, this is there. This pair is here, so there will be a triple bond. This is benzene. This molecule is called benzene, INE, triple bond, benzene. Now this benzene, in the presence of OH ion, alkaline medium, this triple bond will break, and lone pair will be transferred to one side, either that side or this side. So here, this side will have a negative charge and this side will have a positive charge. So we will have this species here, triple bond won't be there, a double bond, and this is transferred, so here we have a negative charge. The positive charge through this OH will be attached. So now this negative charge which we have, this will be attracting this proton. So one more step, that is proton, which is released up there, which is in the reaction medium, will get chance to attack here, and we will get this compound. This will be taken up by this here. H will be attached there. The H which was out will be attached, and we will have phenol. So this is the mechanism of the reaction. Now the second reaction, second example of nucleophilic substitution, which you have to do, that is reaction with ammonia. With ammonia. Chlorobenzene, 2 molecules, combines with 2 molecules of ammonia and cuprous oxide. This is cuprous oxide. Combines at drastic condition 475 Kelvin temperature and 60 atmosphere pressure, and we get 2 molecules of aniline and cuprous chloride, Cu2, Cl2 and H2O. This is cuprous chloride and this is aniline. So chlorobenzene is converted into aniline when reacts with ammonia, in the presence of cuprous oxide, and the reaction is your nucleophilic substitution reaction. The mechanism is exactly like that what you have seen in the previous case. Wherever you have attached OH ion, there you have to attach now NH2. So how the mechanism will go? Ammonia, which is HNH2, this is ammonia. This I have told you many times. So here it will break plus and minus. So this group is amide group. Amide. So here this NH2 group, that is wherever OH group went, that is a nucleophile like OH ion. So wherever OH ion went in the previous case, here NH2 will go. So you can do that exactly the same way. So here chlorobenzene in the presence of NH2 group, actually minus charge will be on N and one H is here. This will be, and we will have, this has no doubt 3 lone pairs, and chloro 3 lone pairs, and this is here, this is here, this is here, lone pair and a negative charge. Now because of excess of electron, this is transferred here and this will take up, and chloride ion with a negative charge will be out, minus charge, and it is chloride ion. And what we will have? We'll have 1, 2 and triple bond, again benzene molecule. Now this benzene will combine with NH2 negative. What will happen? This bond will break. Here the negative charge, here will be the positive charge. And what you will have? 1, 2, 3, this is broken. So here that is your negative charge. To the positive charge NH2 will be attached. And now here the proton which was released, this proton will combine with this lone pair and we will obtain aniline molecule. This is aniline is obtained. So this is the mechanism of nucleophilic substitution reaction. So mechanism of these two mentioned in your syllabus, for these two reactions. Now the third reaction, that is reduction. Reduction, that is chlorobenzene reduction. Chlorobenzene combines with lithium aluminium hydride, which is a source of nascent hydrogen reduction. What is out? HCl is out and we get a benzene. We obtain benzene. Very important reaction to get benzene from chlorobenzene. This is chlorobenzene, and here you are obtaining benzene. The same reaction you can do if you take in place of this nickel aluminium alloy in NaOH, then also this reaction can take place. Next reaction is a Fittig reaction. Name reaction now important. Fittig reaction. Last time I told you student that you have to make a notebook and that you keep writing all named reactions which you are going across, full named reaction. So Fittig reaction. Fittig reaction. It is like Woods reaction which you have done in alkyl halide. In alkyl halide what it was? Rx plus 2Na plus X minus R, and in dry ether you obtain R bond R, where R is your alkyl group. When it is alkyl group, both groups are alkyl group, then it is Wurtz reaction. This is an example of Wurtz reaction. And if this R is aryl group, if this R is C6H5, this R is C6H5, then it is not Wurtz reaction, it is a Fittig reaction. So for Fittig reaction, C6H5Cl plus 2Na plus Cl, C6H5 in dry ether, you will get NaCl out, 2NaCl out, and you will have C6H5 bond C6H5. C6H5 bond C6H5 is diphenyl. If you write this way, chlorobenzene, here also chlorobenzene, so this you will have diphenyl. You will have diphenyl, this is. Now, next example is Wurtz-Fittig. Wurtz-Fittig means combination of Fittig and Wurtz reaction. Wurtz-Fittig reaction. Wurtz-Fittig reaction. What it is? Wurtz, we take alkyl halide. So take a CH3Cl. And in Fittig we take chlorobenzene. Take chloro. So here we have alkyl halide and here we have aryl halide, aromatic and 2 sodium. Dry ether, condition is the same. What is out? 2 NaCl is out. And what do you get? To the benzene ring, in place of Cl, CH3 will be attached as a toluene. This is a toluene. So this is Wurtz-Fittig reaction. Now, next reaction with magnesium. With magnesium. Chlorobenzene combines with magnesium in the presence of tetrahydrofuran. Tetrahydrofuran. And we get aromatic Grignard's reagent, MgCl. If it is BIR, we take dry ether. So this is Grignard's reagent, aromatic Grignard's reagent. So this was all nucleophilic substitution reaction. Now the second set of the reaction, which is shown by chlorobenzene, is a Se2 reaction, bimolecular electrophilic substitution reaction. Mechanism of Se2 I have taught you in detail in class 11, so you have to revise from there. And so mechanism in detail I will not teach now because already I have taught you in 11th in detail. And so here, first example is chlorination. In chlorination, or I just start from there, chlorination, Se2 reaction. So chlorobenzene combines with chlorine in the presence of Lewis acid, that is anhydrous FeCl3. You know, anhydrous FeCl3 is your FeCl is Lewis acid. Beside this, you can use anhydrous zinc chloride, anhydrous ammonium chloride. And you know this chloro group you have studied in 11th is orthoparadielectric. If you will look back, resonance structure of chlorine, which I started today with, those 5 structure, in that you will see that out of those 5 structures, in 3 structures, if you will look, the negative charge you have here, either here or you have here or you have here, either at ortho position or at para position. If you look back that, I will not redraw, you can look back and see an 11th portion mechanism. If you look back, you will find there. So this chloro group is ortho para directing, means next coming group will go to the ortho position and to the para. So we'll get two product, that is orthochloro and parachloro. Ortho dichloro and para dichloro. Para is more stable than ortho. Electron crowding is there, so here steric entrance, so it is not so stable, as your para product is more stable. And naturally HCl is out. Balancing is not required. If you want, take it 2, and if you take it 2, this will be 2, so 2 HCl, and so you have this. But balancing is not required. So this is chlorination. Now next is nitration. Nitration is done of chlorobenzene when a mixture of conc nitric acid, this is conc nitric acid, in the presence of conc H2SO4. H2SO4 and these two are nitrating mixture, and conc H2SO4 is playing the role of Lewis acid. This is also example of Fe2. So look back the notes of 11th and you will be knowing this. So this will be splitting. This is your plus and this is minus. So it will be coming to the negative end. If here the negative charge, it will be attached here. If the negative charge here, it will be attached here. So we will get chloro and nitro attached here, and another product we will get chloro and nitro is at para. So it will be ortho nitrochlorobenzene, this is para nitrochlorobenzene, and one H is out from here and OH will release water molecule. If balancing you want to do, this is 2, this will be 2. Then now sulfonation. Third example is sulfonation. This is also example of Fe2, chlorobenzene combining with HOSO3H. This is conc H2SO4. Conc H2SO4 will play the role of Lewis acid, so we will need two molecules. One molecule will be used as addendum and the other molecule will play the role of Lewis acid. This also you have done in class 11 mechanism portion. So this will be breaking negative positive sulfonium ion. So this will be coming to the negative center at ortho and para position. SO3H, and here it will be chloro SO3H. Here this is a preferred functional group. So if you look this much, if you know the nomenclature, this is called benzene sulfonic acid. So this is orthochlorobenzene sulfonic acid and this is parachlorobenzene sulfonic acid. I repeat, this is ortho position orthochlorobenzene sulfonic acid, parachlorobenzene sulfonic acid, and water molecule will be out. Mechanism portion, you will see from 11th class mechanism. In details we have done many examples, so you can revise from there. Now preparation of DDT. DDT is dichloro-diphenyl trichloroethane. Dichloro-diphenyl trichloroethane. So actually preparation you have not to do, but if you don't do the preparation, it will be difficult for you to understand this. Like this is chloral. In preparation of a chloroform you have done this. Chloral combines with chlorobenzene. So this is your chlorobenzene. 2 molecules of chlorobenzene. So this water is out and H2O is out, and you write the remaining part. CCl3, CH, 1 bond here, 1 bond here, Cl, Cl. So IUPAC name, if you look for this name, this part, this is the name, no common name. Now IUPAC, this is your parachlorobenzene or parachlorophenyl. Parachlorophenyl. How many times it is used? 2 times. We will not write di because already we are using the term tri, so we will call it bis. We have done in coordination naming bis parachlorophenyl. This is carbon 1, this is the chain, this is carbon 2 attached to carbon 2, both of them. So 2 to bis. Parachlorophenyl, this is. And this is your substituent, this is attached to, so after that this is suffix, so prefix. So next name will be after this. After this what will write? Trichloro. Trichloro. And this trichloro is at what? 1, 1, 1. So 1, 1, trichloro, 1 into H and single bond in. Again you see 1, 2, 2 carbon, root word is H. Single bond in. We have chloro. How many? 3. Trichloro. At what position? 1, 1, 1, 1 trichloroethane. This part is what? Parachlorophenyl 2 times. So bis parachlorophenyl, both are attached to second carbon, so 2, 2. So we will be writing this is the whole molecule, so we will put in the bracket 2, 2 bis parachlorophenyl 1, 1, 1 trichloroethane. This is IUPAC name of DDT. Now the next thing which you have to do is freon. Only the structure. Freon, which is commonly known as chlorofluorocarbon. Methane is CH4 when this hydrogen is replaced by fluorine and chlorine. So you know this is your methane. H, H, H and H. So if this is replaced by Cl, fluorine and Cl, then this is your chlorofluoromethane, difluoromethane, which is freon, and you know this is not decomposable. It doesn't decompose, doesn't split into this easily, and is non-inflammable, and this is causing this is used as a refrigerant, and this is one of the causes of the global warming. So this is all about freon, and so here finishes your chapter, halogen derivatives of alkane and arenes, and so we'll start the next chapter. So till then, bye.